I hope I am audible now.
You're audible, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much for providing this opportunity. I am Dr. B.M. Nandede. I am now presently working as a director, Southern Region Farm Machinery Training and Testing Institute here in Anantapur, Andhra Pradesh. I have recently joined a week back here. Prior to that, I was working with ICAR in agricultural mechanization division of Central Institute of Agricultural Engineering, Bhopal. It is one of the ICR institute situated there. The institute majorly mandate, as we know that it is a premier institute of agricultural engineering India, who is devoted for the R&D and appropriate technology development to the various cropping solutions. Similarly, it's established in 1976 on 15th February with major mandates for production and processing of agricultural and its agricultural machinery management. As well as the next mandate of this institute was development of human resource and its building of capacity through training, testing, and our outreach of the training programs, commercialization and utilization of agricultural engineering technology. So as I had discussion with earlier with IIMR that we have developed certain technologies for the millets, and as IIMR has worked very well and working very well with the millet growing farmers as with formulation of the big FPO, which we usually see his activities. Most of the FPOs, they are very much aligned with the ICAR institutions and state agriculture universities. They already know that the working and the research work in this particular area. So today I am under this topic. Majorly, I will be covering the production machinery which will be required for the millets. So through this topic, I will try to cover what was the history of millets, what is the production status, millet types, its nutrients, health management, benefit, and the production mechanization machinery which will be required. So very briefly, we will be having the history as you are already you will be knowing it, but we majorly will be focusing on the production mechanization. Under that, the tillage machineries for millet production, interculture machinery, sowing machinery, harvesting machinery, and threshing machinery. What are their status? So prior to that, let me tell you that when I joined in ICR in 2013, one of the first project which I started with ICR in CI Bhopal was the package of machinery for millet production. So under that project, we have developed various kind of machineries considering the economical condition of the farmers at that time, or the millet growing farmers considering that. We have developed various versions of the machineries and try to give the whole package of machinery, a complete solution with package of machinery for the millets. And all those machineries, as Mr. Madam was discussing in my biodata, that all we have transferred those developed machinery technology to the industry, and now it has almost more than 81 MOUs we have signed with the industry for its production and multiplication and provide it to the farmers. They are in different states, like in Andhra Pradesh also few people have initiated to take up this work with the help of IIMR. So I will be discussing those. As far as the millets, we know, as a ma'am, in English it is okay, no? Hello?
Sir, okay, sir, okay.
Okay,
English
fine. Okay, so millets are, we call it as nutri cereals, and they are very small seeded cereal grass with Poaceae family, majorly grown in the semi-arid tropics of Asia, Africa, used for food as well as feed to the animals. And if you look at the production status of India, about 90% of the global millet production and seeds, this just a minute. The demand comes from the developing countries, and pearl millet is the most cultivated millet grown predominantly in India. India and parts of some of the Africa. US are the largest exporters to the main country as China, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Mexico. The pearl millet is domestication, how it was domesticated with its origin. Just I am trying to show it here. We know that millets, the earlier domestication of foxtail millets dates back in 10,000 years, and similar like 10,500 years in for rice, and 9,500 years back in for wheat. So these are some of the scientific names of the millets which we covered under the millet category, its origin and its number. The millets are majorly domesticated in Asia and Africa, and West Africa also. The Kodo millet found in Harappan civilization, foxtail millet probably originated in southern Asia and oldest of the cultivated millets. In China, records of culture of foxtail millet and date back in 10,000 years. So if you look at the top producing countries, you can see that India ranks first for the as far as the top 10 millet producing countries are concerned, which we share almost 41% of the production of quality millet as 12.49 million tons. And likewise, Niger, China, Nigeria, Mali, these are the top 10 countries. You could see it here. If I talk about in India, what is the status? The top 10 millet producing states in India like Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Haryana, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Odisha, and Kerala. The type of millets, if I look at the type, different kind of millets grown in India, you will see that the sorghum, pearl millet, foxtail millet, kodo millet, barnyard millet. So when we classified these millets, when we classified it, it is considered as a major millets and minor millets in that category. Major millets, usually sorghum and pearl millets come under the major millet category, and the all other millets comes under the minor millet or small millets category. So these are the different names and how this crop and grain look like. I have trying to show it here with the major producing states like sorghum. The Maharashtra produces highest production of sorghum. Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan. These are the range of the production of this sorghum millet. Sorghum as a major millet. Similarly, like pearl millet, we call as bajra in Hindi. And if you look at the various in Telugu, we call it as a saja. Per millet production is highest in the Rajasthan, followed by Gujarat and Maharashtra. Similarly, barnyard millet, if you look at the barnyard millet, we usually in Hindi we call it as a sama, and we in Telugu we call it as udhalu. So these are the barnyard millets. Orso millet, type of millets grown in India like kodo millet, little millet. If you look at it, I am quickly going through it. As you all know that these are the different kind of millets which we grow it. I will be more majorly focusing on the few important parts of the millets. As far as the nutrition quality of millets is concerned, the millet contains 7 to 12% of protein, 2 to 5% of fat, 65 to 75% of carbohydrates, and 15 to 20% of dietary fibers in general. That is what we also call it as the nutritional cereals. If you just try to compare its nutritional quality with the rice, wheat, maize, sorghum, and maize. If you look at the availability of protein and all other components, if you look at it, so they are very rich in nutrition as compared to rice and wheat maize system. So millet productions, the best part of millet production is that we can store it pest free. We can store it. We can grow these millets well in regions where heavy rain, drought, and poor means any kind of condition is prevail atmospherically or with the soil condition. That crop sustains well with that condition. If you look at the price of the rice and wheat in last decade, so when we compare with the millets, so it can fetch the higher price than the rice and wheat. If you talk about the higher the nutritional content of it, high in protein, fiber, and micronutrients. It provides food to the mankind. Also, it provides fodder to the livestock. So both purposes can be solved with this. Required very little or no chemical application or fertilizer application to this for the millets. It also grow well with other crops as an intercropping system, which most of time we do follow in various states. You also see, and their storage ability is there that without pest free we can store it for the longer. So these are all about the what kind of benefits of the millets are. But if I take you to the mechanization part, if you look at it, traditionally, if you look at the production of millets are concerned, after preparation of the seed bed by indigenous plow and very light weight plows, they usually farmers broadcast those millets as they are very small in size. If I am talking about the sorghum and pearl millet, they usually at most of the places they follow sowing in line. But if you look at the sowing in line, but if you look at the small millets or minor millets, if I talk about, they are mostly broadcasted with into the system. So traditionally, either they are broadcasted, then even line sowing somewhere. When we are studying about this existing or traditional practices of the millets, at very fewer places we saw that there is a line sowing. And weeding also it is being followed for weeding purpose also. It is usually done manually, and for interculture we use khurpi and spade kind of thing for the removal of weeds when it is sown in line with it. So for seedbed preparation, we use indigenous plow. Harvesting, we are using sickle. Threshing, by feet and bullock trading. So this is what is the traditional method usually following in the remote area and normally in the millet growing area. So considering that, if you look at the various operations like if I talk about the little improved equipment for the growing of the millets, is that like rather than using indigenous plows, we can have the iron plows with us. We can have blade harrows with us, which is improved blade harrows developed by some of the ICAR institutions. We can have as far as the power sources are concerned, we can have the small power tiller operated machineries are also previous there. The machineries which you do combine operation like your cultivation plus clod breaking plus leveling of the land. And if for the lighter cultivation things for the millets, we can use the rotavators for simply single time preparation of it. So this was about the tillage machinery, and considering that when we started working on the millet production machinery, we found that the economic condition of the people who are growing millets is very poor, and they could not afford very big machineries for it. By the same time, if I simply develop the machine for millet only, so it will not again be feasible for them. So we have developed various machineries based on the power source availability. That machineries are manually operated machineries, and all those machineries which we have initiated, uh, we have worked on. They are single row manually operated seed cum fertilizer drill we have developed. We have also developed the 3-row multi-crop planter along with the millets, which will be costing almost 12,000 rupees. Single row unit, if you look at it, it is costing almost 6,000 rupees. And three-row vertical plate model which we have developed, it cost about almost 8,000 rupees for vertical plate type of planter. So, so these machines will not only be used for millet, but it can also, by changing this plate, we can also use it for the different other operations. Okay. So these are the manual drawn machineries which we have developed. Similarly, to tackle the need of the farmers who are marginal in size, and they can afford some machineries with a little bit higher cost, then we have developed the sowing machinery for them. For sowing machinery, we have developed uh, are these videos are visible to you? Are
Yes,
these
sir, visible, sir. Yes,
visible? Okay, okay. So, what we thought that during our study in our institute, one of our colleagues who work on the greenhouse cultivation, so they wanted that these millets plants should be transplanted. And as we were already working on the development of small tools for the which will reduce the drudgery of the farmers and increase its efficiency. We have developed single row and 2-row kind of transplanters which will be used for suitable for transplanting of seedlings. So same millet seedlings can also be transplanted with this kind of transplanters. That we have developed this CI handheld single row vegetable transplanter, and CI handheld 2-row vegetable transplanter also we have developed to increase the capacity, the working capacity of the person who engaged into this operation. So if you look at this, these are very lightweight 2 kilogram or 4 kilogram, 5 kilogram size of machine which can easily carry to the field, and we can do the transplanting of the seedlings of millets as well as vegetables. So after that, I was discussing with you that when there are marginal farmers are with us, and we wanted to have that majority of the farmers are poor, so they will be either operating the manual drawn machinery or max. It will be with the bullock drawn machinery. So these versions of manual drawn as well as bullock drawn versions we have developed, so that farmers can have it for millets as well as other multiple cropping systems. So this first machine is our bullock drawn 3-row planter with fertilizer drill for millets multi-crops model inclined plate type. And the second machine which you are seeing, it is the bullock drawn 3-row planter with fertilizer drill. We have developed it for the millets as well as multiple crops. You can see it that by changing of this the plate which is picking up the seeds from the box, your storage box, there we can change the seed and use it for the millet purposes. So along with that, we have developed a tractor operated 6-row millet planters, or even when we transferred it to the industry, they have made it 7-row. And to operate those tractor drawn machinery, we have developed small attachment to those tractor operated machinery, so that they can be operated with the power tillers also. So we have given supporting wheels to both sides, so that whole weight of this machine can be carried over these wheels, and a man need not to carry the whole machine, that as whole weight is transferred to the soil. So he can easily operate this machine with this kind of power tillers. Okay. So in this also we have developed two models as a power tiller operated models, which will be used with the tractor also and power tiller also. So for tractors we have developed uh, for tractors we have developed you know uh, this same machine attachment, and after changing the 3-point linkage of this machine, if you have this kind of attachment there with same machine, this same machine can be operated with the tractor also. So say to increase its annual use of the machinery based on the power source available, we have developed the attachment to be operated the same machine with the power tiller. So these are the kind of developments we have done it there in CIE Bhopal, and we have transferred this technology there. Like I was telling you that the tractor drawn machinery. Uh, so this is the kind of tractor drawn 6-row models which we have developed here for sowing of the small millets. As we all know that we have supported these wheels so that tractor operator cannot give more depth to the crop, because once you sow it with a little more depth, then there won't be germination because they are very small in size. So these small size seeds go at the deeper in higher depths, then germination becomes a problem. So the unique the things of these machines are, we have developed more particularly for the millets, and then we can convert it into for the multiple cropping system. So this is what we have for the whole some solution for sowing operation, like with manual operation single row, manual operation 3-row with inclined and vertical plate models, bullock operations 3-row inclined and vertical plate models, tractor operated single 6-row inclined and vertical models, and a small attachments which the same tractor operated machinery can be used for power tiller. So this kind of whole chain of machinery we have developed and transferred it to the industry to take it to the farmers level, or to make it available for the farmer. So this technology we have already transferred to the industry. So after that, when we talk about the interculture operations, in that we talk about the weeding operation. So very small kind of wheel hose which have been developed by our institute, which will be costing even less than 2,000 rupees, almost 800 to 1,600 rupees the cost of those machines. So it will be intercultivating or aerating the cultivated plot of millet. So if you look at it, this the below, even very small engine operated that power operated weeders are also available for doing weeding operation into the millets. So you can look at it in the different two photos which we were using into the system. Similarly, for harvesting purposes, most of the time we are using manual labor for the harvesting. But to avoid it with the increasing cost of the your laborers, we have developed or tested, rather developed. We have tested, we have adapted, checked these machineries for the suitability of harvesting of the millets like kodo millet and little millet. So if you look at it, these machines, this is the machine which will be used for cutting of the crop and its binding. So this is nothing but the BCS reaper binder machine, which will cut the crop and put it into the row. So this is the one machine which we can use for the millets directly for cutting and bundling purposes. And if you want to simply cut and put it into the field for drying, and then you will be bundling manually. So for that purpose, we have vertical conveyor reaper, which is operated with the engine operated machine, which will be walk behind type of machine. This is ride on type of machine. So this kind of machinery solutions we have with us, with the industry or with the institutions. Similarly, for harvesting of the sorghum, we have developed I said tractor front mounted harvester for sorghum. And now we have transferred this technology to the industry. Now he is trying to multiply this technology, and it will be make it available to the farmers within the coming years. So this is the tractor drawn machine with 3 rows of its operation, which will be costing little more in earlier stages, but in later stages it will be almost very at a very lower cost, like 1.5 lakhs, like that, for the 3 different rows. So, like I told you, you can see some videos. If you could see it, how this harvesting machines we can operate. How do they operate it, and how do they get bundled? So that visuals I am just trying to put in front of you. That this is the reaper binder machine, and this is vertical conveyor reaper. We have sown that crop with our machines, and this is what is the condition of the crops when we sown with the developed prototype of the millets of different types. So this two type of machineries with manual operation, bullock operation, power tiller operation, and tractor run operation, which we have given into the in our research and development plots. If you look at these visuals, you can see that how easily this machine is operating and bundling these crops and putting into the field. So these kind of solutions, ready solutions, are available with the industry. Only we all have to sit together and discuss that what kind of machinery, what kind of machine we should use for growing of millets. And basically, when we were working with the millets, we had an experience like you have to be very careful while sowing with the depth. If it goes in a higher size of higher depth, then there won't be any germination. So ICRCI Bhopal and myself, as I have worked with the very first of project when I joined ICR Services. So from that point itself, we are pushing this machine into the field, and we could take it to the farmers' field. And we every year we do conduct trials there. For 5 years, I have conducted when I was there. But after Corona, we stopped those trials as the industry has taken up, and now these machines are going into the field with the hands of the industry. So after that, the major issue of after harvesting is the threshing is the major issue, where farmers were mostly following bullock trading or beating this crop by hand and damaging it. So one of our research scientists has developed a threshing machine, which will be having the capacity of 100 kg per hour. With the only one labor is required for this machine, and threshing and almost dehulling is also possible with this kind of machine. And this technology also we have transferred to the industry in Chhattisgarh, Raipur. They are now manufacturing and selling it to the farmers. So if I completely talk about the kind of package of machinery development and status available in India with the institutions and manufacturers, is nothing but the tillage machinery, which will be machines which are operated by manually, how they are with bullock drawn, what are the options we have with the power operated things, what are the options we have for tractor, self propelled, or this kind of machinery. This kind of machinery are available. Like manual drawn, bullock drawn package of machinery is nothing but the improved MB plow, improved blade harrow, twin wheel hoe, manually operated single row seed cum fertilizer, and bullock operated single row seed cum fertilizer planter with improved sickle. If you talk about the package of machinery which will be completely manually operated, then this will be the package. And power operated package, if I talk about, this is Swiftine cultivator cum clod crusher leveler, power weeder, tractor drawn seed cum fertilizer planter with power, also power tiller attachment also included in this package, and vertical conveyor reaper, reaper binder, and CI multi-millet thresers are also available. Moreover, in addition to this, the machineries which were suitable for the processing of millets are also available with the ICRCI Bhopal. And as one of our sister institute of millet, they know it very well. And these farmers, the group, the farmer producer organization members may visit and see those technologies which are readily available there. They may have visit sometime there, or they might have might be knowing that a lot of literature is also available on the website of those sites, and with the help of IIMR, you can get those information with you. So this was all about the package of machinery for millets. And if I talk about the employment generation through the millet production mechanization, processing, value addition, and by product utilization, will be like in the millet mechanization, we were initially using manual operation, but now various kind of machineries for management of straw also available, which will be helping us to promote level of mechanization in India. In processing and value addition, various type of machineries have been developed so that it can made your tedious job easy, and you can develop various kind of products, nutri-cereal products. You can develop it. And we know that as India is suffering with lots of diseases, our population is suffering. And as we are celebrating the International Year of Millets, lots of products which has been made by millets you might have already seen in IIMR, and with different demonstrations you might have seen. So not only that, but it will also we have the machinery for its byproduct utilization. Also, we have the machinery. So complete chain of machinery, complete chain package of machineries are available. Maybe somewhere a small link may be missing. So that missing on that missing, our ICR institutions are already working. And in coming time, you will have the complete solution of millet production technology. Though we already have like 99% of machineries have already been developed and tried for the millets, and which are ready on the shelf for use of the different farmers of farming community. So I just have brought out some points that what we need really to do for the sustainable growth of millets is nothing but we have to bring the area under irrigation. We have to expand the expansion of cultivated area, including fallow lands. Hybrid seed development is needed. They are already in very higher side now. These things are being looked into, and various kind of varieties have been developed. Seed treatment, mechanization of production, IPM practices, micronutrient application, crop residue management, on-farm processing of employment generation of rural youth. So that kind of activities now are more focused by our institutions also for on-farm processing, and for the small and marginal farmers at their farm itself. Value addition, development, byproduct utilization, plus cluster of farmers and SAG production also in a very higher scale now, as you are all the example of this, the formation of this big FPOs. But mostly thing which I feel that we need to create more and more awareness about the available machinery, available products, available information, available knowledge, available the available things to propagate these things, or available things through different institutions to the farming community. And once it will gain the momentum of increasing higher level of area, when it will come under this millet, then we will certainly be have the assured market values and assured supply of these millets, grains, and their products in India as well as in foreign countries. That, as we all know, that you might be already knowing that what are nutritional benefits of the millets. That why we should switch it to consumption of the millets, are nothing but the nutritional benefit, addresses malnutrition with grain diversity and intrinsic for combating malnutrition in India, helping helpful for farmers which are growing them with there are no pesticide or pesticide free crops. Very little water it is required, little chemicals it is required, and the areas where we cannot grow other crops, yeah, that millets can be grown in that area. We can bring that area under cultivation. We can easily cultivate in any climatic condition. It is very resilient, it is climate resilient crop, and it is resistant to the drought and saline as well as cold condition. It is also resistant. Moreover, it had also aids in a way so that due to rich dietary fiber content is helping will help our population to reduce as a solution to the weight loss, as well as the higher size of that sugar patients are coming. So we may focus these kind of highly rich fiber foods in front of our population, then certainly we will be gaining more and more importance of these millets. So with this, I thank you very much for your kind attention. There was some disturbance due to network in our area because here some weak networks are there. I hope that you would are able to listen me what I wanted to convey. And I to Ms. Malathi for further proceeding. Thank you very much.